Okay, Lizzo put up a video, and I have a problem with some things Lizzo keep promoting. Okay, and I'm not talking about her flaunting herself. I'm not even talking about that. I want you to hear this video. This from TikTok, and I want you to hear how she likened. I guess they say, I didn't know there was a thing called skinny shaming. I didn't know that, but it was a post about skinny shaming and fat shaming, and I want you to hear how Lizzo tries to make it if someone, has, extra weight on them, and try to liken what that issue could be to what we deal with as black people. But let's roll that clip.
Would you wake up and trade places with somebody who was on the heavier side?
I'm glad she asked, because this is giving me very much when that sociologist Dr. Jane asked that room full of white people, raise your hand if you want to be treated like how black people are treated in this country, or raise your hand if you would wake up and be black tomorrow. And nobody raised their hand, and that's because they know that there's some systemic bullshit that happens to black people that does not happen to them and will never happen to white people. So, yes, if I asked you right now, have you been shamed? Yes, you've been through a lot. Yes, it sucks being a person in this society because we have to go through so much to love ourselves. But would you switch places with a fat person's body tomorrow? You would not, because you know that there's a whole system that oppresses fat people that you do not experience and that you will never experience. So let's remember, body positivity. Yes, we want to end harassment and shame, but we also are working to dismantle a system that oppresses fat people.
See, the issue I have with Lizzo is that Lizzo isn't like the average person in America that's going to a job, working every day. I'm not saying she'll have a job, but Lizzo has done well for herself. Lizzo has definitely some money in her back pocket and in her bank account now. And Lizzo has advantage that the average person just don't have. We're talking about just in general with, her amount of money. Lizzo, if there was true discrimination based off of what you're saying, right, you wouldn't even have a career. You wouldn't have one. People in this society do not discriminate when it comes to weight. We talking about you can't really discriminate like that. Yes, people themselves can be discriminatory. I get that. Yes, you will not be picked to walk down a runway. I know, but the people that even walk down a runway don't even look like your average person. They are literally so small that, they look like, I'm not trying to talk bad about them, but just from the outside looking into that fashion world, some of them look like walking hangers. They're that small. They do not have no weight to them. They don't look like nobody normal at all. But Lizzo, when you trying to tie in the, blue-eyed, brown-eyed test that Dr. Jane Elliott, decided to give to white folks, basically. And no, I've seen the video. They don't want to trade places with us at all. Matter of fact, nobody wants to trade places with black people. Sure, they're like aspects of our culture, but do they want to deal with our struggle? They want to deal with the police that harasses us? Do they want to deal with the wealth gap and all the different things that we deal with as black people? Understand what I'm saying? But Lizzo, the reason I have an issue with that is because you're trying to advocate something that just isn't healthy for nobody, okay? Lizzo is what? She's 5'10". Okay, so she's pretty tall, and I don't know her weight or nothing like that. But if Lizzo was even, 185 to 200 pounds, that would be, due to her body type. She can rock that very easily because she's so tall, right? Lizzo has the ability that most people don't have. Lizzo could go to a nutritionist, figure out what's good for her, what she should eat. Lizzo has the money to get a vegan chef, if that's what she wants to have in her house, a vegan chef, so she can cook foods that she likes and that she won't like fall off the wagon. They'll know how to make desserts, how to make all kind of things where she can just still, do her thing. She got the money for, personal trainers that can help her. She has it all. And I know that's the way they do things. I've seen one time the Kardashians, that's how they do it. They got their chefs, they got their personal trainers, and that's what they do because their look keeps their money. Just like Lizzo's look. And see, Lizzo's the type that if Lizzo was to drop that weight, Lizzo would be acting a fool. I just know that type. That how Lizzo is. Look at what she doing now. You imagine? So Lizzo, why don't you be an inspiration to young girls and do that instead of saying that society oppressing you? Like, as black people, Lizzo, me and you deal with oppression because of this in this racist society that we live in, unfortunately. But when it comes to weight, me and you can lose weight today. Way to go, but you can't lose this. You can't. So stop trying to liken something that you can get rid of, which is weight, to something that you can't get rid of, is your blackness. And like I said, I don't want to get rid of my blackness. I'm fine with it. But I'm not going to look at the struggle of being black, in this world to weight, especially when she of all people has more than enough to do something about it. I don't like that, because if you look at the research and what happens to the human body, with time, it's not good for none of us. Okay. And all of us have to, look more into trying to exercise, trying to do what we can do. All of us. Okay. I mean, because this country, trust me, this country deals with that issue. Okay. Because the abundance is here. If you go to the other side of the world, the reason why people are not looking like us is because it's not an abundance like that. People walk a lot more in different societies. We all on the highway driving constantly. We don't walk nowhere no more. We don't ride bikes anymore. Some places do, but the majority don't do it anymore. So Lizzo need to stop all that, because to me, it's like you trying to coddle people and lead them into an unhealthy lifestyle. And you don't know, some people could be at the point where they need really medical help, like the people on the 600-pound life show. And you want to tell them that's okay, you just being oppressed. No, that's not good, because unfortunately people are influenced by celebrity. They can listen to you and not make a change and thinking, oh yeah, this is normal, it should be. No, Lizzo. You gotta, I don't know. I just don't like when she do that. I don't. Especially for somebody like her that has ability to inspire other people, because some people like her, and start going down that journey. If she say tomorrow, hey, I'm doing this, y'all join with me, and every day I'm gonna show y'all what I'm eating, I'm gonna show y'all, she would help a whole lot of people, and they'll do it with her, right? So Lizzo, stop. Just stop, because you're not helping at what you're doing. You're trying to harm. To me, at the end of the day, you're gonna harm people. One day you get a health scare, you can go fix your situation like that if you want. You got the money for gastric bypass or gastric sleeve, and you got money for plastic surgery, anything else you want to do to hurry up and try to get rid of yours. But the average person don't have that kind of funds, and they're listening to you. That's what I'm saying. But leave me a comment. Let me think about a situation where Lizzo is just trying to liken, that to the oppression of black people. Come on now. I don't know. Lizzo got to stop. She really needs to stop. She go from one spectrum to another.